Yeah, okay. Oh, oh, this is a Rea perspective. This is not a Ren perspective. Okay, I was confused because we had like this. Okay. What's going on? My head hurt and felt awfully heavy. Almost as if a small army of pixies were having their New Year bell ringing celebrations, I must call. Which was all fine and good, but at this rate my head would likely explode. They could tone it down just a little bit, that would be great. Or maybe it's a Ren perspective, but Rea is next to him. So we successfully managed to recreate time, embrace the world, and make them to be together, actually. Do they have memories? Do they know what the hell happens? But the little pests just won't hold back. I must have had some really persistent pixies inhabiting my head. I really wish they could just take their party to someone else's school. Okay. It was a church for the Life of Christ, and we still had a few days to go until New Year's Eve. Okay, never mind, this is actually Rea's perspective. This is interesting. Usually we have this box when this is Ren perspective. So I assume like Ren is in the same place, but maybe not? Why is like that? Jesus, enough already, you're killing me. Seriously, cut it off. I don't think I'll be able to take this much longer. What's happening? I'm confused. I'm so confused right now. Letting out a wail that would put a ghost from some cheap horror movie to shame, I changed the angle of my head on the pillow. But it did nothing to elevate the pain. How persistent they could be. Blasted pixies. What had I done to deserve this? Clang, clang, gong, gong, bom, bom, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Okay. The weird sounds at the end reflected my current state of mind. Okay, so Rea just woke up and like she had like horrible headache. Okay. In other words. Okay. I leapt out of my bed with a scream. What? I felt inexplicably dizzy and was this close to puking. Countless bottles of wine, champagne, sake, brandy, whiskey, and beer lay at my feet. Yes, so much for pixies. What? I would never think Rea would actually get drunk like that. How many years just passed? Okay, this is unexpected. This is so different. God, what was this? What was I doing here? I don't even want to consider the situation from the neutral perspective. I said I didn't. Oh, Kasumi is here! Shiro, okay, everyone's here. Oh, they just like all had the fucking party, they just like all drunk. It's not just like Rea being like drunk. Ellie, okay. And seems like they're all adult at this point. So it's not like in the previous Mario Road when everyone just like got like reincarnated in different times and got like split basically with different ages. They actually like Mercurius and Reinhardt somehow did something that Mari Craving managed to get them together. There's K, okay. Oh my god. What kind of dream do you have? From eyes, or rather below them, like a battlefield, littered with corpses. I love it. I paused to think for a little, then proceeded to fill the nearby teapot with the Tabasco sauce and hot water. They gave the concoction a good mix. When it became a nice blend of crimson, I stopped and proclaimed and proceeded to unveil the secret technique I lovingly dubbed as the Gardener of God. What? and the wilted flower would jump right back at their feet after tasting a single drop of this magic water. Grandpa of blooming flowers. I chanted the spell and proceed to resurrect the corpses. I love Rea. Nice. Everyone had very unique screams. Sakurai probably struck the highest note. It sounded really cute. And totally not something you'd expect from someone like her. Okay. Ellie is not affected at all. Okay, so we have only them. So Ren is not here. Where's Ren? I hope like Ren is also drunk somewhere here. Oh, the corpse still seems to be rolling on the floor in pain. But nobody cared about that one, so I moved on. Poor Shiro. Oh my god, he can read her mind.
目でわかんだよ。なんで俺だけ顔面ピンポイントで攻めんだあんたは。
Am I the only one who did that thing splash my face? Oh, everyone got to drink this and he just got splashed with this. Are you serious?
なんでだろう。君の
チンピラかよ、この人。
Okay, do you get my questions for now? Do you guys remember Ren and what the fuck happened in general in the world, or you are like actually separate new beings? Like in the previous Mario Road? Or Mercurius and Reinhardt did something and you are like your old selves basically and you know everything. Also, I never saw this. Actually, this is my first time recognizing this on Shiro outfit. Have you seen this ever? You probably did. You can call me dumb, I don't know. I never saw that he have like skeleton fingers here. On like his jacket have skeleton fingers. I never realized that. Have you seen it before? Let me know in the comments. I never actually saw this.
あんた何かやったんじゃない？
してねえし、されてんの俺だし。
Why were you drinking here?
先輩、私の髪がなんだかギトギトしてアグレッシブな刺激臭を発して。うわ、タバスコ臭。
二人にはシャレっ気がないから私からのプレゼント。
Wow.
いらん
Wow.
わ。
っていうかさ、みんな潰れてたみたいだし、起こすのはいいけど手加減してよ。早起きは三問の得。
意味が全くわかる。
多分ね、自分が一番最初に起きたから他のやつらはさらに悪い寝覚めを経験するべきだと言ってるんだよ。
Fair. Okay, to be honest, fair.
ただの根性悪いやつじゃないの。
そうだ。あんたはその胸と同じくらい情が薄い。
Shiro.
じゃあ、ユサ君の大事なところを3倍くらいのサイズにしてあげようと思う。
Oh my god, what do we make?
って、いや、そんなヤバいもん持ってにじり寄ってくんな先輩。
本庄さん、抑えなさい。
Oh no.
ウィス。あと、そこの怪力コンビも。
ねえユサ君、本当に何か。
Shiro's so dead. We just resurrected him.
そう、でも素人だからな。
早く。
はい。
Oh my god.
おーい、なんだお前ら、集団知女か？
こら、暴れんなバカ。
桜井ちゃん、ほら早くチャック下ろして。
Oh no. Oh no.
ほうあからめてんじゃね
え。いや、私も。
What is happening?
なんというかね、ユサ君。君はどこかで1回くらい徹底的にいたぶられるべきだと。
Oh my god, that hurts.
そうしないとバランスが取れない。
Take this Tabasco away.
いろんな方面の流飲が下がらないような。まあとにかくそんなわけで、私は君の股間に花坂じいさん。
No. Rea became sadistic. Why? Is like Rusauka soul fused with Rea now?
何がそんなわけでなんだよ。わけわかんねえ。電波飛ばしすぎだっつうの。母性とチャネリングするのやめてくれよ。花坂じいさんとかふざけんなよ。むしろ使い物になんなくなるだろ。枯れ木になるわボケ。
He's starting to talk really fast now.
いやでもこれって結構夢のシチュエーションなんじゃないの？
Not with the Tabasco sauce next to stuff.
美少女4人に囲まれてね。
Yes, sure, Kasumi, cool. I would love to, yeah, but like, no Tabasco sauce, please.
どこに美少女がいるんだ。死ね。
Shiro, you're so dead.
隊長、桜井ちゃんがチャックに触れられずプルプルしてます。
Oh my god.
乗り越えなさい。それを乗り越えて女は一つ強くなる。
What is happening?
はい。
Oh my god.
何を使命に目覚めたみてえなシリアス声でうなずいてんだこら。だいたいそもそもお前らな。
うるさいな。もういいから始める。
I don't understand it myself, but for some reason I just felt like picking on Yusa today. I felt it would be unfair for someone unless I use this chance. Oh. It would be unfair to someone. So Ren is not around. And she's not remembering Ren. She could just have like a vague idea who Ren could be. It's once again the bittersweet ending. When they might meet, but they will not remember each other. Or maybe start anew. I mean, otherwise, it will be too...
女4人もいるなら女同士で遊んでろよ。わざわざ男1人の俺を呼びつけんな。居心地悪すぎんだろうが。
Oh, she remembers.
あれ？どうったの先輩？
Okay.
なんか固まっちゃってるけど。
She remembers the Isaac and everything. Okay. Okay.
具合悪く
Still, where's Ren? Masada, what kind of ending are you going to show me?
いや、なんだ？俺の方ものこのこ来といて文句言えた義理じゃねえよな。
ちょっとしろ。
本当に何も後ろ暗いことはないんでしょうね。
What do you
今
mean?
なら多めに見てやらんこともない。
ってちげえよ。マジ何も知らねえし。
そんなこと言っても。あんた
さすがにちょっと信用できないかも。
もうほれ、ゲロっちゃいなよ。
だから
ごめん。なんでもない。本当に？うん。もういいから。ゆさくんを話してあげて。
Okay.
なんだよ。このいかにも俺が悪いみたいな雰囲気。
Poor Shiro.
だからごめん。気にしないで。
Yes, it was nothing. There was nothing strange about this. I myself had no idea what a strange vision meant.
朝からバタバタさせて悪かったね。私片付けするから交代でシャワーでも浴びてきたら。汚しちゃった。はあ、それはどうも。
いやいいよレアさん。散らかしたのはみんなでなんだし。
クリスマスパーティーとか初めてだったからちょっと浮かれすぎました。
I really hope that Ren is somewhere out there. And they both will like see each other and remember everything that happened. I really wish that they had like all the memories from before. Like, I just hope that they could have the memories because they bounded together like a lot in the whole road. And I really hope they will still have these memories.
それに先輩、確か今日は誕生日だろ。
Like, they would like appreciate probably them being alive then even more if you think about this. They would be so happy if they would remember the past, that they died and everything. Would that be a good thing? Or maybe it's better to never know. I wonder. Let me know in the comments, what do you think? Is it better to never know that your friends died and you just like live with them, or it's better to know that they died but they revived basically and you have them again? Which one do you think would be like better to live with? I mean, the first thing is to just not remembering ever anything and just go on with your life, just like normal thing, just like we just continue. But the second one, I feel like would be like happier, kinda. If you think about this, I'm not sure really. Isn't your birthday today? So Christmas.
まあそうだけどね。
Day of Wrath. Yesterday was both Christmas Eve and the start of the new winter break, so I ended up celebrating both those on my birthday by partying and drinking ourselves unconscious. Okay, I could remember that, I swear I could. However, Kasumi, my second cousin, who was a year younger than me, okay, her childhood friend, Yusa, Honjo, whose family owned a large hospital in town, and Sakurai, my friend, with a brother complex. Counting me, there was 5 people in total. We had been on good terms from a while back and usually hung out together. In short, this was no way different what we usually did. There was nothing strange about it. It's something felt off, for some reason, as if someone was missing.
ほらだから片付けはパーッと私たちがやっちゃうからレアさんは先に準備しててよすぐに。
そういやひいおばあさんの
Wow.
命日でもあるんだっけ？
Wow!
そう私にとっても同じだからさ一緒にお墓参りしに行く。
This is so different world than the like last road where Mari emanated.
ふんだったら俺も付き合うぜいいだろ別に
よければ私もいいかしら。
いいの？なんかこう言っちゃ悪いけどあんま関係なくない？そりゃ私としては大勢来てくれた方がひいおばあちゃんも喜ぶだろうと思うけど。
まなんかな
I feel like going, okay?
私もうまく言えないけど。
Yeah. Like, they are not really related to Lisa in any way, or like, I mean, like Sakurai been in the LDO, so she can like have like vague memory of like, yeah, Lisa, I know her. Shiro, I mean,
エリー
I
は
don't know. Why would he feel like he had to go?
先輩がいいって言うなら私も行きたいけどね。
だって
I had no reason to refuse.
いいよ。
I gave them a brief answer before proceeding to get ready. It wasn't really much of the problem how many people wanted to visit her grave. After all, she slept right there behind the church. Okay. It didn't take me more than an hour to take a shower and buy some flowers from the nearby florist. The others were all ready by the time I came back. Okay. Today was December 25th, but my birthday and the day she passed away. Okay. So maybe a year passed? We have like a year time skip, maybe? Because Dies Irae, Day of Wrath, when everything happened, was a year ago on the December on her birthday. So they don't remember, but they got resurrected, and this is just a follow-up, it seems. Or something like that. It was all really strange, to tell the truth. For some reason, both Kasumi and I felt an odd kind of longing in regards to our great-grandma, despite never actually having met her. You met her. I wonder what kind of woman she was, how she looked, how her voice sounded like, how she lived her life. We had no pictures of her, and my grandfather also passed away in his 20s. Okay. My parents were still alive, but they moved out to live overseas 5 years ago, so I missed my chance to learn much about my great-grandmother. Okay, never mind, this is not the follow-up. This is actually the recreation of the world. So they all got resurrected, actually. Like reincarnated, painted anew. And Kasumi seems to be in a similar situation, Perhaps we felt strangely attached to her, because she was the closest living blood relative to us beside ourselves. All we knew about was her name and the years she lived through. It was truly the extent of my knowledge, and yet...
おはよう、リサ。いい天気だね。
Wow, what a nice picture. Shiro is so disinterested. I couldn't help addressing her like a friend. Lisa Brenner, 1950-1945. That's all I knew about my great-grandmother. So in this world, in this painting, the LVO never happened. They all died in 35. Oh. But I would feel this odd sensation whenever I came here. As if memories I shouldn't possess would flash and disappear in the back of my mind. Her voice, her face, her warmth, my heart told me I knew them, as if chanting a prayer. What did it all mean? Was there something wrong with my head? Yet despite the odd nature of it, I never felt like discarding this feeling. Even if that was a delusion to escape loneliness, Lisa lived inside me, and that was enough to make it real for me.
おばあちゃん、どうか次のテストで英語の神が降りるようにお願いします。
Kasumi, pink Kasumi, amazing.
いやー、かすみちゃん。神社じゃないんだから。
つうか、英語の神は英語でしか喋んねえだろ。
Indeed. Besides, Lisa was German. Yep. But well, everyone had their own ways of commemorating the dead.
じゃあ年末ジャンボが当たるようにお願いします。
なんかますます宗教じみてきたね。
そりゃある意味宗教ではあるんだろうけど。じゃあばあさんさ、俺欲しいバイクがあるんだけど、その辺に落ちてねえかな。
ちょっと、うちのおばあちゃんに無駄な労力使わせようとしないでよね。
突っ込むのはそこかよ。
ああ、だったら私は新型のグラブが欲しいですのよ。
How did Lisa suddenly become so important that she's actually in the ending? And she's one of the main focus. How did that happen that she suddenly became so important? She's been important for the story, I cannot deny it. But to have the ending with her? Like, she's dead, but like, everyone, like... Why?
そうだ、サンタよ。リアルサンタ絶対知ってるでしょ、おばあちゃん。
あのね、あなたたち、いい加減にしなさいよ。
No, that's alright. I mean, she's laughing out there. I too had a wish of my own.
実は私、もうすぐ卒業なんだけど、困ったことに進学も就職もできそうにないの。ちょっと人生がピンチ。
Huh. Why you can't go into university or find a job?
あなたまでそんないい加減な。
What do you mean?
だ
What?
からねえ、どうしたらいいと思う？
Each of my days was spent on peace and happiness. I felt myself surrounded by the warmth of others, and yet I felt as if there was something or rather someone missing from it. And the void created by the absence was so huge it made even my happiness feel lonely. So she gave a vague memory. Was it in my delusions, a groundless fantasy? But whenever it was, that void alone was undeniably real.
結婚するしかないんじゃね？
そうだね。それ以外になさそう。
Is the word marry going to trigger something? I yearned to meet the man of my dreams. Even if that was but a delusion, to escape loneliness, he lived inside me, and that was enough to make him real for me.
私のお婿さんを探して。
Hmm.
リサ。
I uttered these words like a prayer.
風が。
Our flower petals took to the wind, their dance reminding me of sight I once witnessed in the paradise. Ren? I mean, there were flowers, yeah. So she's going to remember. Oh. Oh, that's the ending! That's actually. Oh, wow. So they never. So Ren is no more. They never met again. Or maybe they will in the future. I mean, it's very open ending. Wow. So that's it. That's the first ending of the Asira. So Mercurius and Reinhardt did something in their last moment to Mari's emanation, so they could meet each other again. But they didn't tweet, like, they didn't manage to get Ren there. Maybe you cannot get Ren there actually, because we know like his true being is basically with Mercurius, so Mari is aware of that as well. We cannot just like bring him like that. Can they actually bring Ren somehow? Like somehow? I don't know. Do I like this ending? I think I do. But I think like the ending with Mari Road was better. I have a feeling like I liked Mari ending better. This one was very interesting. From the perspective of like, you know, having a throne and like everything inside about Mercurius and Reinhardt like stopped seeing each other basically. And like the whole situation with the throne and like concept of like who's going to emanate, how the world is going to be created, that you can like still tweak like, you know, tweak little things around before you disappear. Oh, okay. So after credits scene, it seems we are back into 39 for some fucking reason. December 25th, 1939, Berlin, Germany. This is Rea birthday again. Everything is about 25th. 12:27 AM. Oh, this is the backstory. Okay, this is the backstory of like when Rusałka talked with Ren back then, with the first Ren. Oh wait! Oh wait! What if this is actually the current word line? If you think about this, this is the original Ren. This is the Ren that like was like his true self basically, because the Ren that we know, Ren Fuji, is the one that's been created by Mercurius. So he disappeared, but his past self, the true self, like his like original self, could still be reincarnated as like the being from before. So they missed each other a lot. So Ren is probably dead by this time, or he's old as hell. Right? He would be like 39, so it's like 70 or 80 years old? If he would still be alive? Or he died back there? Huh! Okay. By the time I came to my senses, the night had already marched past midnight, and so I lifted my gaze from the book in my hands. The same year that may end up being remembered by the future generations as the period of incessant turmoil, steadily edged towards its closing days. With it, the new year was preparing for its graceful entry, promising, try as the turmoil, although chaos would have been far more fitting a name for what was surely to come. Truth be told, no. Okay, cannot see face. 4 months had come and gone since the invasion of Poland. 4 months since the United Kingdom and France issued a declaration of war against Germany. Though it would allegedly prove to be retaliation to humiliation and poverty, we, the young generation, suffered in the aftermath of the previous war. The thought of another grand-scale conflict breaking out in the Netherlands filled my heart with gloom. And all those elderly veterans that fought on the front lines and experienced the bitter taste of defeat firsthand would no doubt feel it tenfold. So why did we plunge headfirst into a new war? I realized the importance of possessing the land, resources and food. I truly did. You would find plenty who hungered for honor and glory. And even more who wished for victory, to wash our nation reputation clean of the taint of defeat. Also, now I think about this, we can actually soon probably I will learn if this is the backstory that Rusauka talked or this is the current timeline. Because this is like the current timeline that Mari created basically. Then there should be no Rusauka. Because if you think about this, Rusauka should have died way before. She lived so long only because of the Mercurius gave her Evocate powers and the Witch powers. I mean, she gets her own Witch powers, but Evocate. And she survived until this point, and they meet here in the backstory. But if this current timeline, then Rusauka should be somewhere back then, and Meren should be like here. If that makes sense. Should the events from the 2 decades ago be recorded in history as the only world war fought by men, Germany and its people would forever be remembered as the nation of the defeated. Either way, this was a choice very much made with the future in mind. And to the end, the present was now being sacrificed. Or Mari actually could, to some degree, manipulate the birth and the death. I mean birth basically. And maybe she could like put Rusauka here as well to not change the life of the people she cared for basically much. So Ren can like follow the same path as he did in his previous life or something. I don't know. Anyway, I talk too much. I know. I realize this must have been the hollow, infantile grumbling of one who would seem precious little of life. Yet it did not change the fact that the whole thing was messing up my life. My comfortable equilibrium, the here and now, was being torn to shreds. Stop it, leave it be. Even then he wanted to stop. I know how selfish and arrogant this might have sounded. It was how I truly felt. In fact, it would have made me particularly sad to miss the next installment of serialization book I was just reading. I didn't care for the circumstances of the author or the world. I wanted to know how the story ended. Even I was amazed by how foolish this train of thought was. I heard the sound of approaching footsteps from behind. Okay. What was this now? I had a terrible feeling about this, as my gut told me. And to my misfortune, those hunches of mine rarely ever miss the mark, okay? I knew I should retreat to my own chambers for reading. Sitting in the middle of the bench, in a hall as large as this left me with nowhere to hide. Also, Reinhardt was also alive, right? So... yeah, Ren could basically meet with all the LDO members. And if it's correctly with the correct like birth situations, then there should be no Rusauka. But if they want to put all the LDO members together, then they need to put here Rusauka as well. So she should have been birthed later. But all the other LDO members are from this time period. And Sakurai is obviously the LDO member, but she's from the future. So I would assume Rusauka is not here. But like Schreiber and everyone else can be here somewhere, basically. That can be Reinhardt. I knew this person did not come here to meet me in particular, yet I couldn't help but feel a tingle of unease, trailing up the back of my head and neck. I thought I wasn't sure who it could be, Simply ignoring their presence might have been the best road to take here. Okay.
失礼。
Yep, it's Reinhardt, okay. And so, even the man stepped right next to where I sat and uttered those brief words, I hung my head and refused to look up and meet his eyes. Huh. Quite disrespectful if you think about this. Reinhardt had been like very high in ranks. The man went on.
ジーバス局長はおられるか？
A low yet refined voice. Even without looking him in the eye, I could tell that it belonged to a man of considerable power. Yep. His soothing tone was contrasted by an echo of confidence, as well as the definite coldness lurking behind him. Also, there should be no Mercurius, right? This time. Because Mercurius is no longer. He's been a concept of his godhood. He was a soldier. And though at present, I could say the same thing about myself, a lowly grunt like me paled in comparison to a high-ranking official. In other words, he was not the type of man I would have wished to ever associate with.
聞こえなかったかな？局長殿は。
ああ、いや、悪いけど今はいないよ。
I crudely waved my arms as I gave him an answer. Frankly, I wanted him to be gone as soon as possible. If he ended up introducing himself, decorum would force me to politely oblige him. And that would have just needlessly complicated things. In fact, it would have been better for everyone if I never heard his name. Let him think of me as some boorish whelp who knew not how to speak in front of the commanding officer. That would have made things easier. And at any rate, it wasn't like he would shoot me dead on spot.
そっか。まあ連絡もしていなかったので仕方ないことではあるな。
そうね。お帰りならあっちだよ。
Wow. I lifted a thumb to the point to the back of the hall without turning to face
う
him.
ちの局長、最近は医者連中とべったりみたいで、なんだっけ、頭蓋骨を測定してうんちゃらとか。
Okay. Oh yeah, they're like still creating the Ubermensch, basically, right? They're like Leber's Children organization is still there. It's always been a thing. They just like don't have like super evocated powers for Mercurius.
プラトメートル。アーリア人種の測定装置かね。
Okay. And or that. Okay.
そうそう。それでストラスブルクの研究員方と会食中って言っても、さすがにもう飯食ってる時間じゃないだ。局長に用があるならそっち行った方が早いよ。
And that's the end of our conversation, so goodbye. I meant to drive him away with the mask implication, but the man, oddly enough, refused to move an inch. On the contrary, I could practically feel his gaze piercing my skin, fixated on me from above. I was starting to feel sick.
あのさ。
うん。局長殿のことはもういい。おらぬなら K に聞こう。
Okay. I was really starting to hate that big mouth of mine.
あげたまえ。
Unable to deny his brushing tone, I reluctantly raised my head to look him in the eye.
Oh.
Okay. Why he's like that? Like surprised. Also, okay, this one looks quite different. Looks quite different. I like his outfit though. His hair is a little bit different. I think like, actually it might be just because of the lightning. He might still have the same shade of hair. Okay. Looks good to me. I was taken aback. I figured he would be an ordinary soldier, but his looks alone were enough to leave anyone speechless. This may have sounded odd coming from another man, but I've never seen anyone so handsome before. He must have been roughly a decade my senior, yet displayed an uncanny balance of youth and mature dignity. Someone with my childlike complexion, an attribute both myself and my peers could attest to. I could spend 30 years trying to vain to reach his level.
どうしたね。
いや、
Golden beast. I mean, he's no longer a beast, but... In any event, just maintaining eye contact with him was wearing me down. I wasn't exactly doing all this out of the kindness of my heart. But if he had a question, I would give him his answer. After that, he would better be on his way.
なんでも。で、
ああ、カール・クラフトを知っているかね？
How do you know this name?
Carl Craft?
How do you know his name? Okay. His question came out so out of blue that I could do nothing but repeat the name he had uttered. Carl Craft. If I wasn't mistaken, he was...
近頃、宣伝省に召し抱えられた男でね。ありていに言うと、詐欺師だ。
Mercurius is here? I mean, okay, he's not Mercurius probably anymore, he's just Carl Craft. So, Mari resurrected Mercurius proxy basically in the time. Like, she basically, yeah, remade the whole story and put people on their own places where they should be. Basically. Including Carl Craft, because that's what he was. So we probably had also Cagliostro and everyone else. Whoever, Mercurius been over the years. Okay.
彼の職務は予言というものであり、国家にとって聞こえのいい未来を制作して糧を得る。立場的には同情するが、やっていることは詐欺だろう。
それが？
おかしいと思わんかね？
I couldn't quite follow his train of thought. Noticing my distress, he flashed a faint bitter smile.
わからんのならそれでいい。今のは、九段の詐欺師と面識がなければ、答えられぬ問いだからな。
Okay.
今夜、ここの局員で、教会から何かを受け取りに行った者はおらんかね？
Certain package.
教会？
Interesting. Being at the loss of words, I once again parroted back his. I may have looked the complete fool now, but considering that I genuinely had no idea what he was talking about, there wasn't much I could do about it.
遺産管理局、ドイチェス・アーネン・エルベ。
Underbear, yeah.
そうしたものの収集だろ？私の言ったことに心当たりがあるなら、答えてほしいと思うのだが。
Yeah, I learned during the game, from the comments and stuff, that the Altner Bear, this thing, this was actually real thing. The organization.
守秘義務かね？では仕方ないが。
いや、本当に知らないよ。
Never least, no such matter had reached my ears. That much I could say with certainty.
でも、なんでそんなことを？
さあ、なぜかな？私にもわからんよ。
Huh.
ただ、そんな気がしただけだ。
Similar to Rea, it seems. The man shrugged in the air of self-derision lingering about him as the word left his lips. Yet his tone was pregnant not with a light-hearted jest, but papal sincerity.
変な人だな。
ああ、どうもおかしいのだよ、たまにな。このような気分に陥る。と言っても、ここ一月ほどの話
Only been a
だ。
month. Okay. I don't think it's foreknowledge because foreknowledge should not have any effect right now. It's just with Rea, he have some memories or something of flashbacks from before.
見てはおらぬ。聞いてもおらぬ。
Yeah.
事実そのようなことはないというのに、ふと思うのだよ。そんなことがあった。
Kinda like foreknowledge, but foreknowledge should not have an effect. Or did you and Mercurius did something that made you to still have the foreknowledge for some reason? Could you do that?
あるよ。
Interesting.
こんな男ではなかったはずだと。K はこれに 共感してくれるだろうか。
I couldn't quite find it in myself to say yes. I mean, judging by his description, this must have been the effect of some severe personal delusion of his. Luckily, I was this close to telling him to just go and see a doctor. This man shook his head and no doubt had sensed my feelings.
私は正気だよ。いや、そう思いたいがゆえのあがきかな。我ながら、めめしい限りではあるが。
じゃあ、
What was I going to tell him? He was exactly the sort of man I wanted nothing to do with. In fact, even now, I still desperately wished to avoid any and all unnecessary communication with him. And yet, something in me drove me to action. A sense of duty, if you will. A feeling that this was something I and I alone could do. There he stood, still strikingly handsome, his locks golden. I looked him in the eye.
あんたは正気だよ。
Okay. And uttered those words, curtly and with emphasis.
俺たちは現実に生きている。いいこともあれば悪いこともあるし、満たされない夢を抱えて飢えてもいるさ。
The transience of the here and now, the fleeting moment I so adored, I would long to make its miracle eternal. A childish notion, true, but one I could not discard. Rather, knowing it was a dream never to be fulfilled. My thirst for it refused to ever fade. And so we lived, ever discontent, haunted by doubts, frail on our feet.
だけど、それが人間だろ。
I was content to be such a man.
俺たちは永遠になれない刹那だ。
Petals in the wind.
求めても幻想にはなれないんだよ。
Wow. Just the reference to like Lisa Grave and the petals, wind and everything. This is cool. Eternity will always elude us. In other words,
生に真摯であること。ああ、確かに K の言う通り。空いていればいい。飢えていればよいのだ。生きる場所の何を飲み、何を食らおうと足りぬ。だが、それでよし。そう思えぬ生物は、その時点で自戒するしかない。
wow.
そんな生物は生まれてきたことが過ちなんだ。
We looked each other in the eye, uttering those words without really comprehending. They were aimed at, almost as if to reapproached ourselves. Claiming that things were fine this way, that this was how it ought to be. Wow, what a conversation! Holy crap! And so my next question followed naturally.
あんたの名前は？
ハイドリヒ。ラインハルト・ハイドリヒだ。
I'd be lying if I'd say the name didn't surprise me. The man I'd suddenly gotten all friendly with was none other than the revered golden beast in the flesh. It would have been small wonder to see him at my head right this instant.
私はそう大した男ではないよ。
And he continued on with a smile, insisting sincerely, not out of mere humbleness. He was no beast but a man.
与えられた地位をなくせば、それこそ死生の一角と変わらんだろう。殴れば倒れ、撃たれれば死ぬ。人はそうであるべきだ。いずれ訪れる死の時まで生き、そして朽ちればいい。ああ。誰かに言ってもらいたかったのだよ。感謝しよう。幻想にはなれぬか。
We can all become phantasms. Wow. He then turned around and began to make his exit. And so ended our chance encounter. Whatever fate may have had a store for us, I knew we would never meet again.
すべてのたれ死ぬ。ならば私も、各のたれ死ねばいい。ありふれた人間。職務を全うして滅びる一人の軍人で構わん。
I closed my book, as if to answer that thought. The story had come to an end, and I had to return to reality. No matter what color the world turned, this was where I was born, and where I should and would live. A man would never once forget that. Should we do so, we will be haunted by our dreams forever, longing after eternity. This whole ending is so bittersweet, but also awesome at the same time. I didn't thought actually about Ren being like just reborn as his normal self from the past. Everything, like every person is like in the place where they should be. Wow. Your name? The fuck? I guess Ren Fuji is from New Era, okay. So we have Reinhardt and Richard. Or something. The fuck, Ren? So his name from World War II was Richard. And your like name? Because that's your surname probably, right? Or this is actually a name. Though I wasn't too fond of the name itself, I think it was my way of accepting reality. Okay.
あんたと同じさ。首切り人だよ。落ちこぼれだけどね。
Overseeing executions. Lotus Reichhardt. Lotus Reichhardt. Lotus Ren. Okay. Naturally, Reinhardt was aware of what that name signified. As it turned out, my family produced quite a number of famed executioners in the past. Oh, this is so fucking interesting. He's been executioner before. And in the future, if you think about this like on like this era, he had an Agner bear marry the guillotine. He's been executioner as well. And that was even the whole concept of this. That we had executioner there. Wow. So to someone like Reinhardt, it must have felt like a distant relative.
だが東大一と言われるヨハンより K の方が適任に見えるがな。
Johan is alive? I mean, I guess if like Isaac, like if there's like no advocate and stuff like this, then Johan and Isaac are just like born as normal brothers. So, okay, another is a more fitting candidate. Okay.
LOTUS。何もかも忘れ、一つのことしかできなくなる麻薬だ。オデュッセウスが現れなければ、同じところを回り続ける。
だから俺がオデュッセウスになるんだよ。
I would break free from that cycle, like the runaway son who leaves his past home to find a new cycle to fit into, one defined by his own terms. I realize the sheer contradiction of the theory, but in the end, I think it fit me just fine, all things considered. Wait, what? I was no hero. I will be the first to admit that yet.
枠を超えて俺にできることがあるかもしれない。あるいはできたことかな。それを眺めて生きていくよ。さよなら、中将閣下。ジーク入る。
Never thought I would hear Ren saying that.
あ、ジーク入る。
However, just as he was about to close the door behind him,
私は満足した。もはや何も求めない。
my desire.
この先どうなろうと生きていく。そう誓ったのでな。
Okay. He said something I couldn't quite comprehend.
K の未来に幸あらんことを。二つの現実を生きるがいい。
In both realities, Reinhardt knows shit.
私と接触したことで、それを踏破する幻想の残滓くらいは宿ったはずだ。 日本へ来たまえ。
The hell is happening? Enough residue to break of our phantasm to break through the fold. Did like Mercurius merged with Reinhardt somehow before being reincarnated or something? What just happened?
テレジアがきっと待っているだろう。
She's from like another time, like she's like not even born yet. I'm so confused. What does it mean? He remembers. But how can, like, we have to travel time? I mean, if like you can still like manipulate time, I mean, you can stop time. Okay, let's just read. I felt something odd once I heard that name.
フローへバイナ発展。これは霊だ。女神の抱擁。悪くはなかろう。
Reinhardt knows stuff. He remembers everything actually. What have they done with Mercurius? So they were aware. They were aware of Ren's existence in the 39. And they did something that they remember the stuff and can influence Ren from the past to something that would like let him meet with Rea in the future. I'm so confused how this is going to work. I mean, she's not even born yet. He said like living both times, both lives. So are we going to have like soul separation now and time moving forward and Ren will appear? Like, are they like what? And with that, Reinhardt made his exit. I couldn't quite explain the warmth that filled my heart as I uttered the name, but I felt like I'd glimpsed an old premise in yet unseen, faraway land. Are you serious? You have to be kidding me. This is the end? How is that going to work? Are they going to actually meet? How? What is happening? I'm so confused. I mean, maybe the whole purpose that Reinhardt had there was to just like reignite the memory basically of Ren. So they will actually never meet. Okay, I will go with this. So in this ending, the first ending we had, because we still have the other one, that apparently we had to click like other thing, the last choice. In this ending we had Ren and Rea living in their separate times, because that's how they're supposed to live. Everyone's living their times, but at the same time they are like together, quote quote, by having the memories of their past or future, depending on who you talked about. Like in terms of Ren, it's the future events. In terms of Rea, it's past events, if you think about this. So they're like never meeting each other, but they also remember each other and are kinda together in like spirit, I would say, and memories. Like vague memories. I don't know why Reinhardt said like embark to Japan, Teresia is waiting for you. That was weird to me. I don't think like he can meet with Rea at all. Unless like he can like somehow still have power of like stopping time for some reason without Mercurius. Stop the aging for himself. Wait 80 years and then meet with Rea. I don't know, let me know in the comments what do you think. That's it for this episode and for this ending. That was the first ending of DS Irae, and in the next episode we are going to see the other one. I don't know how, actually maybe not the ending, maybe I will start the next ending because I don't know how long the other, like how much of the story we already like read and how much of this will be new. But anyway, this is actually very interesting ending and kinda open-ended. This is bittersweet, but I actually like that. I wasn't sure if I like it that much when we had the grave scene, but with this? Maybe? It's very cool concept. I like how it ended. I actually like how it ended. Well, let me know in the comments what do you think about this whole situation. How do you get this whole situation? What do you think? And yeah, I will see you next one. So thank you everyone for being with me. Leave up a like if you liked the episode, subscribe for more, check my Discord and become a member if you would like to support me and see this episode later. Thank you once again for the Pocket Watch. It's going out.